So Choices for Teens is in a position to provide mentoring services to our youth to help and encourage them to relocate their perspective, to help them change their mindset, if needed, in a positive way.
Just to start off, as any other interview, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well.
And your name is?
My name is Trayce Tillman.
Are you ready to be interviewed for the first time?
I am so ready.
Have you been interviewed before?
Years ago, before the pandemic. Yes.
But that to help visualize for the audience.
Mm-hmm.
What year would you say?
That was in 2019. We had a college student that was worked with us as an intern, and that was part of his project, is to interview the president.
President? Yeah. Definitely take the title.
So this is since 2019.
I'm happy to hear that. So, first question I'll ask as always, what's your favorite color?
My favorite color is blue.
Blue. Oh,
I like blue.
Wow. Why is that? Any fond memory you can think of?
I love the ocean. I love the sea. I like the different shades of blue. Royal blue, sky blue, aqua blue. I like blue.
Well, let me ask you this. Now, when you say blue, what emotion comes to mind? Any emotions that come to mind? Think of blue.
Comfortability. I'm comfortable. When I wear blue, when I see blue, it's relaxing but comfortable.
A calmness to it?
Yes, especially with the ocean.
Now, would you say everybody has fear?
So at some point in their life, I believe so.
Do you know what the way to fight fear is?
I would say acknowledge that you have it. In order to fight it, acknowledge that you have it and focus on eliminating it. Like ways to eliminate it, like deep breathing or whatever works for that
Find
person.
your method. So, by John C. Maxwell, I don't know if you've heard of him, but he's gone over a tangent in one of his books about how to fight fear's action.
Okay.
And this is where we're going to go into Choices for Teens.
Okay.
So, in terms of action, with the action of even making choices for teens, what type of... Let's run it back before I ask the big question.
Okay.
When it comes to the word change, can you think of any synonym? Same meaning,
Right.
different word.
Relocate.
I've never heard that one before.
Relocate. If you're going to change something,
Relocate.
you
I
relocate.
like that. All right.
I don't know where that came from. It makes sense.
When we think about relocate, would you say it's a positive word?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes. Because you're changing your position. You're changing where you are
Concur.
and relocate.
Is that growth, would you say?
Growth. I like that, growth.
You relocate yourself for growth.
For growth.
Quote it.
I said it. I said it.
With your action of making choice for teens, what type of relocation,
Okay.
energy of sorts, anything that comes to mind, are you hoping to bring with Choices for Teens? And I can break the question down.
Okay, no. What I'm hoping to do in terms of change, it's a matter of engaging our youth in the community, engaging them in a positive fashion so that they have support. It's all about support. And I believe that if our youth today know that they have support, then they're more likely to change their behaviors or their expectations, or looking at a situation in a different viewpoint, in a different perspective.
I see.
So it's a opportunity to increase their awareness so that they're growing. Like you said, change is the way to grow.
I didn't say that.
You said change is a way to grow.
Well,
So it's important that the youth is growing in a positive way.
Beautiful.
Relocate.
I like it. We have to give the people a new word for change.
Yes.
We've used the word change way too much. I would say.
It could be positive. It could be used in a positive sense. I think change is inevitable. We all have to change in some way, shape, or form. Nobody wants to be stuck in their feelings or their perspectives from 10 years ago. You know, we're changing, we're evolving.
I like that word.
Evolving. That's the word. I like that better than relocate.
Really?
Evolve. To change is to evolve. See, I'm learning.
You're teaching me.
I'm learning as I'm talking.
Now, evolving, we're going to stick with this and I'll ask you a question. When it comes to evolving, what would you say the first step is? In your personal experience, your personal opinion?
To evolve is to recognize where you are and seek growth. You have to intentionally seek growth. If you don't intentionally seek it, sometimes you can become complacent and just Monday rolls into Tuesday. Tuesday rolls into Wednesday, and before you know it, the week is gone, it's the next month. Before you know it, and if you don't evolve, then I believe that oftentimes you're stuck in where you were weeks ago. It could be years.
Would you say healing is hard?
I don't believe healing is hard. No, I don't believe it's hard. I believe it's sometimes avoided. And if a person recognizes the need for healing, I think it's easy. When you don't recognize it, I think that's when it's hard.
Then I ask you, is it hard to be aware?
It's hard to be what?
Is it hard to be aware?
Not so much hard, but it's unrecognizable that you're in need of healing. Some people don't know they're in need of healing because
Distractions.
it's an everyday, grind. You get up, you go to work.
Is it easy?
It's a routine.
Is it easy to teach that?
Healing? I don't believe it's easy. No. I believe you have to have some professional skills, psychological skills, to say, look, you need healing. You need, based on your story, based on your lived experience, you need healing. I mean, I'm not in a position to suggest that to anyone. I believe it's a skill.
Can you?
Psychiatrists, psychologists.
Well, when it comes to choices for teens, would you say it's a step in helping you become aware?
Oh, yes. It has. It has.
I'll say this for the people, and also for myself. I believe healing is hard, no matter, because you're taking a step, you're fighting against fear. And that is a very difficult thing in terms of life. Once you do it more often, it becomes second nature. Just like walking, once you take a step, next step, next step, next step. And I say all that to say, when it comes to choices for teens, the action, I would say this personally, the action that you guys take is amazing.
Thank you.
It's absolutely amazing. And it's really hard to help people who don't want to be helped.
Mm-hmm.
Because they lack that self-awareness.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to send you left field. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I'm going to send you left field with this question.
Okay.
Purple.
Okay.
Why'd you pick purple?
I would say calm. There's a level of calmness when you look at purple. Again, there's many shades of purple.
Mm-hmm.
Not what's that? Light purple. I don't like the light.
Pink?
No. Purple pastel, like a pastel purple.
Lavender?
Lavender. I don't like lavender.
Really?
No. Nope, not
The
the
girls
pastel.
are gonna
No.
The girls are gonna attack you for that.
The darker shades of purple I believe it's a sign of royalty. When I see purple, it's royalty. And that's what we want to build up our students to, so that they could feel royalty.
So I'll ask you this. Would you say, as a nonprofit organization, Choices for Teens is loyal to the ever-evolving growth of the youth?
Absolutely. Yes. Yes. Absolutely. Yes. They're evolving, we're evolving as mentors, as adults. Because they're teaching us as we're teaching them. Well, we're
It's most definitely.
supporting each other. We're listening to them. Because we want to be transparent, non-judgmental. We're supporting them. We're not teaching them. I think I need to clarify that because it's about learning from each other. The benefits are reciprocal, and we've come a long way. We've come a long way.
Can I ask you this big next question then? When was the aha moment for you? I have to do this. I have to make choices for teens.
What? Are you serious? This answer is going to take about an hour.
We have time today.
The aha moment?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You're going to have to paint the picture for the people.
Let me paint the picture.
So give me a year, what season it was, just to start it off.
My answer may have to be continued because...
Oh yeah, go by all means.
Oh my goodness. The aha moment. Okay, just to give you some history in terms of where I was before Choices for Teens. Get your popcorn. Where was I before Choices for Teens was created? I was working at Superior Court, Suffolk County Probation Department, supervising men and women that were convicted of felonies, mostly felonies. I was assigned to the drug and gang unit in Boston.
And how long have you been doing this for?
I was a probation officer for 32 years total. So I climbed the ranks. I went from a line probation officer to a probation officer in charge. So the past 10 years prior to me leaving probation, I worked at the Community Correction Center in Plymouth. So I transferred from Suffolk County to Plymouth County. That was in 2007. I'm not going to go into the dates, but I was in Plymouth County for 10 years prior to me leaving. And so the aha moment hit me when I was in Suffolk Superior Court, working with a lot of probationers and offenders that lived in that community, folks that I grew up with in Suffolk County. A lot of minorities were on my caseload. And as a probation officer, I was doing like pre-sentence investigations, making recommendations to the court regarding sentencing, and going back into like the 90s and the early 2000s, a lot of offenders were coming before the court for drug offenses. Whether they were using it, distributing it, drugs was very, very prevalent. Substance abuse issues were prevalent. And I saw a lot of my probation, I was supervising them, but a lot of the probationers that came before me
Mm.
were sentenced for a nonviolent offense.
Mm.
And so in doing my investigations, I would oftentimes ask the person, like you're sitting in front of me,
Mhm.
like, how did you get here? You're in Superior Court, you're not in District Court.
Mm.
So therefore, generally they had a long criminal record.
Yeah.
And so in doing investigations and getting to know the defendant, the probationer at that point, yes, because they would have already been found guilty. Getting to know,
Well, pretend I'm a 5-year-old when you break these things.
okay,
So
okay.
you can continue from where you are, just whenever. New terminology. Common sense isn't common.
Yes, that's true.
So break it
That's
down.
true. And so in supervising someone that's sentenced to probation, oftentimes you want to create a profile so that you can understand this particular person's past. So in doing so, I would ask, how did you get here? How is it that you either pled guilty or the jury found you guilty of this particular offense?
Mhm.
And oftentimes, I would say 70 to 80% of the time of me asking this, a probationer,
Mhm.
how did they get into Superior Court? Oftentimes they would talk about a lack of supervision during middle school years.
Mm.
Did you go to school? That's when they started playing hooky. That's when their parents started to give them more responsibilities at home, giving them the key. Parents go off to work, they're
Comes
home.
around full circle, doesn't it?
And so, and these were good, I would consider good people.
Of course.
Like I said, oftentimes non-violent offenders.
Of course.
And I said, wow, what if this person had a mentor growing up? What if this person had someone that could help support them and guide them in the right direction? Because oftentimes parents are working. If they weren't going to school, they weren't getting that support from their teacher, or they may or may not have had a neighbor or another relative that they could, talk to. And so I'm doing my work. I'm, being a probation officer, doing what I did, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it, but I often times would feel uncomfortable when it came down to like making a recommendation, when it came to sentencing. Like, yes, this person has a long criminal record. Yes, this person admitted to committing this offense. However, there was no discretion in my recommendation. So I said, you know what?
You judge them based off of character?
Based off of character and the criminal record that was before me. So we always looked at that person's past. We didn't look at their potential. Where are they going? Where are they moving forward to? So deciding on how often that person would have to report to me was based on their criminal record, based on my interview with them. And sometimes it was like twice a week. Okay, I want to see you twice a week to kind of help guide them to finding a job or getting back into school. Or sometimes it would be once a month. Okay, you pretty much have everything pretty much going on for you. You have support, you have the family support, you're working. So anyone that was working, I wouldn't see as often. And so I started volunteering at my church. We had a mentoring group at my church.
Should I interrupt you to ask you
Yes.
a question? So, when it came to working with the kids, the youth, right?
Well, they were adults. I worked with adults. They were all over 18.
Ah, okay.
Adults.
Now, would you say, not bragging or anything, but you as one of their fundamental steps to improvement?
Yes, but they were forced to report to me. They didn't voluntarily report.
Well,
They had to.
most definitely. But from what you've told me, the people that came before you weren't as adamant as you were for.
Oh, no, they weren't.
So let me say it then. You are definitely a fundamental step towards forward overall.
Oh, thank you.
So,
Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, so that is how Choices for Teens was created in terms of providing support to our youth so that they're not going down that criminal justice road in terms of, you've heard the phrase of from preschool to prison, that pipeline. You know, I was focusing on what can be done to interrupt that pipeline. And Choices for Teens was designed so that we could provide caring adults in the classroom in middle schoolers, 6th, 7th, and 8th graders. So, and that's a very impressionable age, because during that time, during those ages, you know, once, I know growing up, once a child gets that double digit, they're 10 years old, 11 years old, in their minds, sometimes they feel like they're more mature than what they are.
well, can you give a memory about your time? Did you ever feel like that growing up?
Oh, yes. Developmentally, yes. But during that particular age, during that period, it was, I didn't want to be viewed as a child. It's like I'm a preteen, you know, I'm closer to preteen. And I wanted to be treated like a preteen. Like, oftentimes adults would say, oh, the kids, like, say for example, Thanksgiving, everybody get together and all the adults are over here and the kids' table is over here. I used to cringe, I'm not a kid. I'm not a kid. And so I would say children to this day, or youth. I don't like that term kid. Go over there, the kids are over there. No, the children, it's a pet peeve of mine, but
Well, would you say that we're all children at heart?
yes.
I definitely, there's nothing wrong with it from my viewpoint.
Children, it's just a term. I think it's more appropriate than a kid. That's it. I did it.
Well, did you enjoy that?
What? What was I saying?
It just flows.
I was trying to look at you, then I look over at the camera and I was like, okay.